Good morning, YouTubers. We are at Wednesday, December the 28th, Shakedown Day. The engine's completed, everything's done, it's been run. So Chris Rinaldi is heading over about 10 a.m. Right now it's about 5 after 9. We're having breakfast. What are we having first, mate?
Potatoes, sourdough bread, homemade sourdough bread, and eggs.
My God, yeah, she's taken her about a month and a half, 2 months to get the starter just right for the sourdough, but it's perfect and it's wonderful. And so, yeah, Chris gets here, we're going to go out and do a shakedown for a couple hours. And we'll take you guys along with us. Hi, YouTube buddies. Well, this is our official shakedown with the new Beta 60 in it. First mate's video live on Facebook. And Chris and Ramon are down inside. Doing some last minute adjustments here and there and keeping an eye on the engine. And we are sailing our Morgan out, motoring. For the first time in, a year and a half, it's been able to be under its own power. Yep.
We got it for paint job, and we do some of the teeth.
Doing about 1,800 RPM. I'm going to flip over to my other app here and check the speed. So we'll give you guys an update. Hey, first mate. So we're on our second sea trial, eh?
Yes, we are. We haven't made this journey in a long time.
Yeah. What's it called?
Well, the other day we made it over to the gas station and we got some gas in we got some diesel in the spare tank. But this is the first time in almost 2 years that we've gone all the way out to the harbor.
Well, this is the first time in almost 2 years that you and I have gone out on the boat without somebody else towing us or
Yeah.
being with us for a sea trial. This is just you and I back out again.
And I was hoping for a nice day when we came out here so that we could see Catalina, but it's California is making up for the rain it didn't get the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, it's cold today. Today is
New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve, the 31st, New Year's Eve 2016. And it is, a high of 50 today? 52, 53, something like that. And it's been raining on and off.
And to those of you who are actually in colder weather, we apologize. We're babies when it gets cold here in California.
Yeah, we shiver when it gets down to like 65, right?
Yeah.
But that's what heaters are for. So yeah, we're passing Jankovic Fuel Dock. Well known in this port. They sell diesel pretty inexpensively. And it's in industrial prices, but they let people like us fill up there. And first mate just throttled up a little bit because
we have to vary our speed for the first 50 hours while we bring the engine in.
There you go. She's more in love with the engine than I am. There's a tug. Don't bump into him. We don't want to hurt his big rubber tires. Friday was insistent on coming up. She hasn't been out either, so she's all happy about this. So we're headed out into from this channel into the main Port of Los Angeles channel. You can see the breakwater way out there in the distance. On the other side of that's the Pacific, which we're not going to go outside of because we're going to do more sea trials until we have really good confidence about this engine. Anywho, there you have it, folks. Okay, folks. Well, we're out in the harbor, and it's starting to mist a little bit, but First Mate really wanted to get out here and do some running around. I'm still recovering from this cold. I was in bed for like 2 days after the initial sea trial, and I'm still recovering from this cold that daughter Justice brought to me. That was so kind of her to bring her cold over and give it to me. But anyway, so yeah, we're coming up towards the lighthouse, which I'll give you a shot of here right now. There's our lighthouse. And there's the opening Angel's Gate to the Pacific. First Mate is down below getting us something to drink, something warm. And we're going to go inside. There's a breakwater out there. Pacific breakwater starts again here. We're going to go all the way down this channel, on the other side of here, down this channel, towards the Queen Mary, where we will get some shots of the Queen Mary from a side that you don't normally see if you come down here and visit. Engine's running like a top, of course. We're doing about 2,200 RPM, which pushes us about 7.2 or 3 knots. We can loaf along at about 1,600 RPM at about 5.8 to 6 knots. Varies in between there. We're running cool. Oil pressure's good. And of course we're charging. According to this guy, we have a full tank of gas. Therein lies the problem I have with that gauge, and I'll flip the camera around and talk about it. Fuel gauge has been kind of a nemesis for us. We didn't think it worked because it appeared to be full all the time. And there were a couple times when we thought we were running out of gas. Could have ultimately been a fuel filter issue. I had changed the fuel filter, but we never knew what was going on with that old Volvo. So Chris Rinaldi said, I tested your gauge, and it appears you do have a full tank of gas. I banged on the tank itself, and it sounds like it's full. So just to be sure, we filled up our jerry can, our 5-gallon jerry can, and the last wake we went over, the needle was kind of bouncing a little bit around the full mark, so it's highly possible that we do in fact have a full tank. So we're going to keep an eye on that. So day 2 of our mini sea trials. Day 1, which was yesterday, which will have been clipped in here, ended up being kind of a semi-disaster because it started out okay. And when we got closer to the breakwater, I said, well, let's go down to the Queen Mary. Let's head down there. So we did, and by the time we got almost all the way to the Queen Mary, it had started raining. It was misting really hard, and the wind started picking up. It was about 45 degrees, and everything was wet. By the time we got back, we were soaked to the bone. First Mate had been steering the whole time, finally went below. By the time we got down to our canal, she went below and fixed some hot tea, and I finished steering the rest of the way in. So this is day 2, and it's a sunny morning. It's January 1st, 2017. Happy New Year. I spent it sick in bed. But yeah, so let me spin the camera around.
I think this is straight right now. I'm going to put a rope
right mark it
here and mark it for now.
How's the boat feeling?
Feels really good.
That's good.
The steering is handling really nice.
Yep. You did a good job rebuilding that the hydraulic steering mechanism. Alright, let's go below and see how noisy this is. We'll be back, First Mate. Okay, so this is not too bad. This is not too bad at all. She's brewing along nicely. So that's not bad, huh? That's, you can hear me talk. We're pretty well kind of in the thick of it. Let's go to the aft cabin. Yeah, I mean, you can sleep back here in this without it being too much of a problem. It's it's a noisy, it's a diesel, but it's not too bad. Anyhow, let's go back up topside. Oh, by the way, first mate is cooking. Can't see it. She's cooking a loaf of sourdough bread, homemade, right from the yeast, the organic yeast that she used to make her starter, straight down to the final product. So back up top.